Videos show impossible scenarios that have never been fully solved. My hope is that we can work together as a community and ultimately find an explanation for these chilling occurrences once and for all. At the same time, my greatest fear is that there is no answer for these videos, aside from the morbid possibility what you are seeing is somehow simultaneously real and unexplainable. 10. The Florida Fireball. On November 21st, 2016, a giant fireball shot over Port Charlotte, Florida, and landed in an undisclosed location. This event was caught on multiple dash cams. As the footage shows, the huge streak of light hits the earth at a high rate of speed and fills a large portion of the sky with a metallic blue color. There has been no official explanation, but everything from a radiation-laced meteorite to a failed EMP has been proposed. What I find strangest of all is that no damage was reported. Look at the footage closely. Most people agree that this was a meteorite, but what do you think this was, and what could have caused it? Number 9. Contact. The International Space Station is a floating research base built by NASA that orbits around the world. This footage was taken from cameras on the outside, and it has led many people to believe that NASA accidentally live-streamed alien contact on television. Everything looks normal when all of a sudden, a small number of UFOs casually travel from right to left across the screen. Stranger still is how NASA suddenly cuts away to a wide shot of the mission control room when this happens. They later claimed that the UFOs were ice particles, but perhaps there is another explanation. Number 8. The noise. Residents in Tallahassee, Florida, feared for their lives when this strange and haunting sound echoed throughout their area for over 20 minutes.
It's not back that way, it's up in this corner. Don't go out there.
There's little doubt that this video is real, as you can hear the fear in the family's voices.
Get the kids in the
I hear the wind.
Get the kids in the
Get in the bathroom. Kids.
I thought it was a tornado, but the person in the video doesn't. They called 911 and learned that police were apparently flooded with concerned complaints about the noise. The person who recorded this footage says that the local news was told to report this as an airplane. This doesn't really sound like an airplane to me. There's one other strange occurrence, a sudden flash of lightning that instantly makes the noise disappear.
If it is to get us to a safe. What was that? I don't hear it anymore, Tim.
I've never been in a tornado before, so I can't say if this video looks normal or not. I'm especially looking for opinions from people who have been in one. Do you agree with the uploader that this could have been something more than a tornado, like a government weather experiment? Number 7. The Ghost of Kenya. This video was recorded years ago when former President Obama visited Kenya. Something clearly flies across the screen from left to right as Obama is busy shaking hands with state officials. The unidentified object is gray and transparent, and it appears to have a large head and a much smaller torso-like body. Since many people believe that Kenya is home to a lot of spirits, they suspect this to be a paranormal encounter recorded live. Critics have pointed out that the alleged spirit could merely be a plastic bag or even a boom mic, which is an overhead recording mic that newscasters often use while covering live events. It does seem strange how no one else seems to notice the alleged spirit as it moves by, but then again, we are only seeing a small portion of the crowd, and they are mostly focused on Obama. If there were a wider shot, then we would be able to get more people's reactions. It would only take one frightened-looking person to add more legitimacy to this video.
Eliza Lamb was only 21 when she left her native Canada for a vacation in Southern California. Because she was traveling alone, Lamb checked in with her parents often to let them know she was alright. So they were very alarmed when they stopped receiving calls several weeks into her trip. Their worst suspicions were confirmed 2 weeks later when her body was found floating in the water tank on top of a rundown Los Angeles hotel. This prompted a lengthy investigation by the LAPD, who uncovered an extremely bizarre video of Lamb on the night of her disappearance. The shaky footage from an elevator security camera shows Lamb swaying back and forth, pressing buttons repeatedly and nervously peering out of the elevator, almost as if she's being followed. Clearly, the elevator is malfunctioning as the video goes on for almost 5 minutes. Though there's nothing specifically incriminating in the video, it has fueled much speculation about her disappearance. Some believe that she was suffering from a manic episode, while others think that there was a murderer in hot pursuit. Whatever the answer is, Eliza Lamb clearly had some sort of premonition that she was in danger. Jamie Carragher and Phil Neville are both huge names in soccer broadcasting. They commentate many of the UK's biggest matches and boast enormous ratings for Premier League games. That meant that there were plenty of witnesses when a dark figure flickered on and off screen during their after-match discussion. The figure can be seen wandering through the empty field in one frame, only to disappear in the next and reappear elsewhere. Clearly, the commentators were oblivious to the figure moving behind them, but after mere minutes, the internet was abuzz with hypotheses regarding the ghostly groundman. Strangely, both Carragher and Neville remained silent on the subject, as did Sky Sports, the broadcaster. This spurred a furious debate over the source of this specter. Was it a mechanical glitch or a phantasm caught on camera? In this case, we'll never know.
Number 4. Naga Fireballs. What you are watching is not a fireworks show, but rather a rare and mysterious natural phenomenon known as Naga Fireballs. These strange fireballs literally shoot up from the water every year and can be tiny as sparks or large as a basketball. You can see them from Thailand and Laos. Scientists have no idea what causes these fireballs, but some locals believe that this is a display of power from a serpent-like bodyguard who once watched over Buddha.
Sale El Sol is a popular Mexican daytime talk show. They normally focus on human interest stories, local news, and charity events. But in early 2018, they invited famed spiritual medium Moni Vidente on their program. Though Vidente is best known for writing weekly horoscopes that are syndicated all over the Spanish-speaking world, she also claims to have a direct connection to the afterlife. While it's always healthy to exercise skepticism, Vidente had some surprise guests to support her claims. Early in the interview, as everyone is seated on a couch, a piece of the set appears to break loose and a dark mass disappears with it. Even after it settles, the set decorations continue to spin as if some force is actively moving them. Of course, it could be a hoax, but Vidente is adamant that she felt the presence of a poltergeist on the set that day. On the night of December 23, 2017, millions of residents in Los Angeles County witnessed an incredible phenomenon. Videos captured a brilliant light soaring across the sky, with some sort of luminous residue billowing behind. Of course, onlookers were quick to speculate about extraterrestrial activity, and the object was soon dubbed the LA UFO. However, after a brief panic, authorities confirmed that the light came from a Falcon 9 booster rocket, taking 10 SpaceX satellites into orbit. This sparked anger from citizens who felt that there should have been some kind of warning. Regardless of the cause, the rocket made for some pretty spectacular footage. Russia is the epicenter of Slavic legends about terrifying beasts and monsters. Most are described as dark creatures that come to snatch children from their beds at night. That makes this footage of a dark, slender monster scaling the walls of a Russian apartment building even creepier. The video is shaky, but the strange form is unmistakable. As with many videos that appear online without a source, many people claim this video is a hoax, but just as many believe it's some sort of alien spying on sleeping humans.
Scientists have a mystery on their hands. Signals from outer space are being detected. But what's causing the unusual sounds and where exactly are they coming from?
In a galaxy far, far away. We're talking 500 million light years away. Something big is happening, and scientists on Earth can detect it.
You sort of think about E.T. and stuff like that.
I can't think of a mystery that we've had this enticing in a long time.
Tim Paglione, a professor of physics and astronomy at CUNY York College, confirms a recent journal article that hones in on fast radio bursts, or RFBs, is causing a lot of buzz.
What we see observationally is there is a bright, very short burst, like milliseconds burst of radio emission from someplace, from something.
Paglione pinpoints their origin. In this case,
It's in this spiral arm, and that's the localized spot of the FRB.
What's most exciting about this signal from outer space is that it repeats itself every 16 days.
They used to be a one-off. There'd just be this burst and then you'd never see it again. And so that made it even more mysterious.
Scientists wondered if what they witnessed was even real, but picking up on the pattern changes that.
They were real, we could determine a lot better where they were.
And help eliminate ideas about their origin.
There's alien spacecraft out there and they kick on the afterburners. Is that what we're seeing?
Paglione says the most likely culprit, a magnetar. It's what's left after a massive star explodes and collapses in on itself.
You've gone from something about 10 times bigger than the sun, which is already 100 times bigger than the Earth, and compressed it down to the size of Queens.
And it could be the reason for those repeated radio signals from outer space.